Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Friday, August 8th. August, not July, like I said yesterday. Oops. Um, so, this is going to be a short one, and I got more information than I can share, probably. So, I'll end up doing another one on the way home, I would think, later today. Maybe at lunch. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to even wrap my brains out of where to start. So, I said Jimmy was going to probably go home if he didn't win the battle of the Blockbuster. Big Brother Blockbuster. I hate the stupid name. And that's actually how it went, right? The Blockbuster competition was a little spinny, a wobbly table that they had to manipulate. We saw Julie test it out before the show, and she didn't even get she had to get 3 balls in certain slots. She couldn't get it done, and in the end, Riley actually dominated it. He didn't dominate it. Vince was doing okay, but Vince dropped the ball, and as soon as he dropped one, I think Vince is the only one that dropped the ball. Maybe I wasn't watching it super closely because I was kind of typing and watching at the same time. Kelly may have dropped the ball too, but Riley didn't drop any balls. So Riley won the Big Brother Blockbuster. So it was down to Kelly and Jimmy. The speeches were somber. Rachel tried to rally the troops during the little quiet time after they came back, which is so weird. It's super hushed. It's like everybody's whispering. It's like, you're all here. Why are we? It doesn't matter. It is what it is. And so she tried to get people to vote out Kelly, but in the end, the vote came in, and it was pretty clear. It seemed like it was going to be Jimmy that was going to get evicted. The first 4 people in to vote were Jimmy. I'm not going to tell you the order. The key moment, the memorable moment, will be Rachel was the first one to come in, or what? No, she was. I think Vinny was the first after the first commercial, and to make it. I think Vinny made it 4-0, or either. No, it was 4-0 commercial. It may have been 5-0 when Rachel walked in. Rachel voted for Jimmy. It needed 6 votes to evict, so Rachel voted to keep Jimmy. She voted to evict Kelly, and then the next person in was Ashley. And Rachel stopped her in the hallway, and I'm sure we'll hear it maybe tonight, maybe Sunday. But there was a long conversation between Rachel and Kelly where Rachel was basically apparently telling Ashley, Rachel and Ashley are talking in the hallway, apparently telling Ashley, you need to vote out Kelly, or you need to vote out Kelly, you need to vote out Kelly, you need to. And Ashley went into the room. Was like, I don't know what I want to do. And then she did vote out Kelly. So Ashley voted for Kelly to be evicted. Ashley gets up, walks out of the room, runs into Will in the hallway. Will is the next one to vote. She must have told Will, I voted for Kelly. And Will's like, no, you weren't supposed to do that. We're supposed to be voting out Jimmy. And she's like, oh my gosh. She knew it. She just had second doubt. So she runs back in and she tries to change her vote. She leans in like, I made a mistake. I meant to vote Jimmy. And then she kind of runs back out. And when she runs back out, Julie's going, no, you can't, that's not allowed. I don't think that Ashley necessarily even heard Julie. The mic may not have been on, who knows. But then Ashley left and Will came in. Will voted for Jimmy, so it was a done deal anyways. Jimmy's voted out 6-0. Or not 6-0. Jimmy is voted out 9-2, with Rachel and Ashley being the only votes to keep him. He was very fine. He left. He was in good spirits and all that kind of stuff. And then the feeds went down for the feeds never came back from being down earlier. The show ended. The feeds did not come back for 6 hours. They went down the show ended at 9 p.m. Eastern. The feeds didn't come back till 3 a.m. Eastern. So the feeds were down for 6 hours. I went to bed, but we did get word that Ava had a household in the knockout competition. We don't know all the details, and I'm not going to worry about all the super, super details. The point is, Ava won. Ava's had a household, and so even though the feeds didn't come back until 3 a.m., a lot went on in that Ava's already kind of explained what she plans to do. It's as might be expected with Ava, who's not a typical house guest. It was not a typical HoH sessions, and she said something to the effect of, "I'm not doing one-on-ones, tonight unless I pull you in." And she ended up pulling in Mickey and Will. Those are the two people that she's formed kind of an alliance with in the past few days, kind of a thing. I don't remember, is it Pete? They don't have an alliance name for their 3-person alliance, but they have a 4-person alliance that they included Ashley in on. So that one, Ashley, she's not meeting with Ashley. I don't know how strong she feels about that 4-person alliance, but Ashley is part of a 4-person alliance. But Will and Mickey seem to be her closest allies. And she made it pretty clear right away who she wants to put up. And she wants to put up Vincent, Zach, and Keanu. Keanu is mostly kind of a pawn. She really wants Vincent out, I think. She does not like Vincent. I guess Vincent hasn't talked game with her, but he's talked with most other people. And so she kind of wants him gone. So those are her nominee plans. But she drank an entire bottle of wine. She got some help from Will, but she drank her head of household wine bottle. She drank the entire bottle, along with some help from Will. Based on the clips I've seen, Tooms, Tooms, on Blue Sky, posted a bunch of clips of Ava, and it was pretty apparent that she was feeling her wine. And so, but as long as she sticks with her plans, she sounds like she's going to probably put up Vince, Keanu, and Zach. If I say Patrick, I mean Zach, and I probably will say Patrick this week. So that's her plan. She already had it all figured out, and so that's what she's thinking of doing. She also, as a backup nominee, sounds like it would be Morgan, and this may come into play, by the way. It may be Morgan, and the other one that she mentioned was Lauren as a possibility. So, got that. What else? I'm trying to think. Don't forget that Zach has his veto power that he got, which means if he is still on the block Monday afternoon, let's say Keanu wins the power of veto and saves himself, and Ava puts up Morgan. So it's Vince, Morgan, and Zach. How's that for a wild swing? And Zach is feeling a little bit worried. And let's just assume he will be. Then, because you still have to win the battle of the block. I mean, I'm going to say it every single freaking time. The Big Brother blockbuster. If Zach is not feeling it, he can spend his free, well, it's cost him $10,000, his little power veto thing, and force Ava to make another nomination. So it will mean that Ava will have to do like Jimmy did earlier this season and make a 5th nomination. It's possible. I'd almost say it's likely. So that could happen. So it could be very interesting. And I don't know. That's the very quick summary of everything that's gone on in the past not quite 24 hours. So we've got Jimmy out. We've got Ava head of household. She's planning to nominate Vincent, Zach, and Keanu. And then Morgan would be the backup. But Zach also has his special power. So got a lot going on. I will see how the day goes. I got out. I did a better job than I expected. I'm sure I've missed something. No talk of have-nots so far. And we've got what we think is the wall endurance competition next week, or this coming, a week from yesterday. So that may be where they're holding off the last have-not for it, to say the first person off the wall is a have-not, because that's kind of something they've done as a bit of a tradition, we'll see. And I say the last final have not only because they've really done a 4-3-2 countdown. Like we're just doing 4 one week, 3 the next week, 2 the next week, and now we've had a week off and have not heard about a have not yet for this week. All right, that's it. I'm wrapping her up. Thank you to everyone for your support. Thank you for listening. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you all. And again, I got through that quicker than I thought, but I know I didn't get as much detail as I would like. But good enough for now. And we'll see you online if you're there on Blue Sky. And that's it. Now I'm hitting the stop button because I'm done talking. I'm starting to go in circles. See you later. Bye-bye.